Disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 allows is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, always constructive. Comment down below. News reporting, I guess that's what we doing. Teaching, hopefully y'all learn something. Scholarship, we ain't got no money. Education and research so you can get a nasty piece of degree, okay? Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All right, I was told I had no. What about now? Am I good now? I don't know what's going on with my mic. It just started all of a sudden. What about now? Is the sound testing 1 2 testing 1 2? Okay, now we're good. Yay, got it together. All right, so yes, so I'm gonna just kind of reiterate some things that I said because I don't know when my sound came in, when it went out, if it was off the whole time. I don't know. But hello guys, how you guys are doing today? What's going on, Logicians? So yes, we're here to talk about Tamar Braxton, Kandi Burruss, and Mr. Todd Tucker, and the white man by the name of Jeremy, aka Tamar Braxton's fiance. There seems to be a situation that all of these parties have gotten into to where it ended up on the front street of media, and so there. However, I'm gonna talk about the situation from the most basic level, just so for people who don't know what's going on can get very much clarity and understand its context. You get what I'm saying? All right, so Tamar Braxton, she's a singer-songwriter, and she's also well known from Braxton's Family Values. She is the sister of Toni Braxton. We also have Kandi Burruss. She's also a singer-songwriter. She is a member from the R&B group Escape, and they also have a reality TV show that's also very much a hit right now as well. She's also known for being on The Real Housewives of Atlanta as a cast member. Now we also have Todd Tucker, that is a cast member as well on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and also that is the husband of Kandi Burruss. Now, Todd Tucker, before he became the husband of Kandi Burruss or whatever, he was also a producer on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and that's actually how they met. So I kind of gave you guys a little background who they are, just give you guys a little, foundation. Now let's get into the tea, actually what happened. So essentially what happened is that on an episode of Watch What Happens Live, we had Tamar Braxton, Evelyn Lozada from Basketball Wives, and then also we have Nivea from Hamilton, who is the singer. So they were the special guests on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. Now, the reason why they were there, initially, the reason why they were there is because they were promoting their new reality TV show, kind of like a dating Flavor Flav, New York Polar type of thing going on. It's called Queen's Court. Now, on Queen's Court, of course, you have 3 lovely women. They're dating and they're having 21 different men and try to court them, try to date them. Now, I'm going to pull up what this bad boy looks like. Bam. So this is what the cover looks like for the show for Queen's Court. I like the looks. Nivea, she looks cute. I love her with the red hair. I'm not really feeling the dress so much, in my personal opinion. I love Tamar's look. Evelyn, I don't like the two. I don't really like the dress. Got potential, but the thing is like the two slits thing on the sides. I don't like that. I don't like that. They could have kept that. No shade. They could have kept that. But yes, that's the reason why they were initially there. Now, before I proceed, Tamar Braxton, also Evelyn, somewhere in the bike, there was some reports that Evelyn Lozada and also Tamar Braxton were both engaged. Now, to my understanding and from what was being reported is that they were engaged from the finalists of the show. So first things first, what happened to the days of having reality TV shows and whoever won? Well, I'm gonna say reality TV shows in the sense of dating, in the sense of relationships, and you have to find out who the finalists and who won the show and stuff. What happened to the days when there were people who won the show and won the hearts of Flavor Flav, won the hearts of New York, won the hearts of, I forgot who the rock star guy was from VH1, that the finalists and the main person, the host or whatever, were not allowed to be together at all until the episode aired. So the fact that they end up getting engaged to the finalists and it was reported, it kind of spoiled the I would say for the audience, the viewers who actually wanted to view the show on Peacock. I guess whatever. But anyway, let me continue. So yes, they were special guests on Watch What Happens Live. Now, with any type of space, platform, organization, etc., if you cultivate a space like Andy Cohen, who is messy, if you are messy and you cultivate a space, 9 times out of 10, your audience members, they're going to be messy as well, and also with the ish. You get what I'm saying? So as they're and when I mean as they are, I'm talking about Tamar, Evelyn, and Nivea. There we go. The white man's name was Brett Michaels that was over here doing the Rock of Love. Thank you. Come on. But yes, as Evelyn, Tamar, and Nivea, they were special guests on the show. One of the callers from Watch What Happens Live decided to call in and ask Tamar a question about the incident between, I guess it was a post that Tamar put on her story, her Instagram story, but she left the names very anonymous. So with the audience being messy and also keeping that situation in the back of their skull, they decided they wanted to wait to this opportunity and ask Tamar directly. Now, I want to show you guys exactly, just for more clarity for people who's not really keeping up. I want to show you guys the actual post of what the caller was actually referring to. So make sure you guys thumbs up this video. Please make sure you guys thumbs up, because it really just help with YouTube's algorithm. I'm so mad that with my camera and stuff, my microphone and stuff are messing up. It's all right, we're gonna get it together. So this is the actual post that Tamar actually posted sometime back. Okay, now it says here, I got a story. Y'all want to hear about it? Now keep in mind, I actually seen this post for myself, so I know for a fact this post is actually legitimate. And plus, it's of course brought to you guys by the Jasmine brand. I'm not really here to really read the article. I'm just here to show you guys the receipts of what was actually posted. Now, Tamar also posted on her story, says, I was threatened by a peach holder and they man. And she also posted this. It's funny to me that no one said anything, ... Maybe because they don't want you to know who they really are. And she also said this, but because they don't want y'all to know they effed up, they are as people and city officials, they ain't said ish. Now here's the thing. When Tamar Braxton said, of course, peach holder, they automatically was thinking of Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you're not aware, let me break it down for you. Of course, Georgia, I want to say their fruit, their symbol is a peach. And of course, on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, they're holding a peach. It's called being a peach holder if you're on a cast of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So people are already speculating that she was referring to somebody on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But then when she said city officials in her IG post that you guys see right here via Insta story, they was actually thinking that maybe it was Eva, because Eva's husband, boyfriend, I really don't know their status officially, her spouse, whatever, her significant other, apparently he's a city official, apparently, from what people were saying. But let me go down here. Now it says, let me see, can I find it? Baby, it was okay. There we go. This is what I want to get into. Now this is what some people were saying. One person says, my guess is Eva and her husband, since he is in the politics, but she's not on the show anymore. Another person says this. She said they are city officials. Last time I checked, Todd and Kandi weren't city officials. Another person says it was Kandi allegedly because of a Tamar being biased over Carlos King stealing the Escape biopic. Now we're going to get into this Escape biopic as well. Now another person says city officials got to be Eva and Michael. Another person says I thought it was Eva, but she in the comment section, so now I gotta know who. Another person says DJ Richie did a video, word of the streets, it's Todd and Kandi. And y'all make sure y'all check out DJ Richie. He is a key. Okay. Now another person says I'm hearing that she talking about Kandi and Todd, and then of course, okay, the list goes on. So let me just go back to my official screen, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so now we're back. Okay, so with all of that being said, so yes, now that was basically what was going on. Now that is what the caller was referring to, just to give you guys more context, more clarity, if you have not been keeping up. Now on the episode of Watch What Happens Live, when the caller was asked Tamar that question, at first she made it very clear that she was not referring to Eva, but then Andy Cohen, being as messy that he is, he wants to get down to the T. He started to ask more questions as he started to run down a list of names that he thought maybe it could be. At first he said Eva. Tamar made it very clear, I'm not talking about Eva. Eva has nothing to do with this. Okay, cool. She's out the mix. Then he asked about, I want to say he asked one more person, and then I guess she didn't say anything. And then he asked about Kandi. Then when he said Kandi, it was Tamar's response, the way that she reacted, and also the messy audience about woo, all in the background, adding the theatrics to it. And it kind of let it be known. And then eventually Tamar ended up admitting that it was Kandi. Now, I'm going to actually let you guys hear it for yourselves. Now, I would put it up on the screens, but Bravo don't be playing that BS. And then on top of that, YouTube has gotten more strict when it comes down to their fair use. They're over here taking out YouTube channels, especially when you start to get into the reality TV, all the other stuff. So I'm going to let you guys hear it for yourselves. Let's get straight into it, y'all.
Rhode Island, what's your question for Tamar?
Uh-oh.
Hi, Tamar. Hi, Andy. And hi, guys. Our question is, who is the Atlanta housewife that you hinted about having beef with on Instagram, saying her and her husband threatened you?
People think it was Eva.
No, it was not. I know.
Now I want you guys to pay attention. She came right out and said, "Hey, it wasn't even." By the way, let me know if you guys can hear this clearly, because I'm not running through my mic right now. I'm pretty sure you guys can, but just in case.
It was not, and it really did happen. I'm not lying. Like, I'm not looking for attention or drama or anything like that.
Right.
But that really did happen. It was not cute. No,
Was she a full housewife?
She's a full house.
Oh, my God.
Ooh.
It's not Kandi.
Ooh.
I thought you and Kandi mended everything after Big Brother.
I thought so too. I had no idea.
Wow.
I'll tell you the story later.
Thanks for watching.
Now, that's what she had to say on Watch What Happens Live. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to something that she said in this video, in this clip. Now, of course, she was asked the question. Eva, she denied it. In terms of Kandi, she tried to pay it in a sense, but still kind of being shady, just to, kind of fit the atmosphere. But then she admitted that it was Kandi. Then she also said this, and this was stuck out to me. When Tamar actually said it her mouth, she said, "Oh, I thought that when Andy asked her, did you think, I thought you and Kandi were cool because that, you guys squashed it on Big Brother." Now, here's the thing. If you guys you have not been keeping up, Kandi and Tamar Braxton were going back and forth on Big Brother because of a situation that happened when Escape was on tour, and Tamar Braxton was also on tour with Escape, and Tamar Braxton wanted to bring on the Queen's Court. I'm about to say Supreme Court, the Queen's Court, not the show from Peacock, but actually we're actually referring to T.S. Madison and Kaya. Now, sometime back, while the Queen's Court with T.S. Madison and Kaya was going on, they drugged the living hell out of Escape, especially Kandi. Kandi was not really here for it. So when Tamar Braxton wanted to bring Kaya and also T.S. Madison on, things went left. But that actually was also showcased on the show of being on Big Brother. And with them being on Big Brother, they were able to squash it, let them know, squash the differences, and kind of move on past that. Now, Tamar said in the clip, she said, oh, I thought that, we squashed it and we moved on. But we're going to talk about that later. Now, I'm going to put a pin in that because I want you guys to pay attention to that and keep that in your dome. Now, I'm going to continue. And by the way, y'all make sure you guys thumbs up this video. Thumbs it up. Thumb up really does help, with YouTube's algorithm. Also, too, think of thumbing up as you saying hello. Either on your way in or on your way out. Make sure you guys say hello on your way in and make sure that you guys say goodbye on your way out. So make sure you guys thumbs up. Okay. So let me see what the contest had to say. Tamar Lily had Kaya and Maddie backstage, and right before they went on, Kandi them stopped it. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Yep, she most definitely said, hold up. If you think you finna bring this heifer, these two heifers on my goddamn stage, especially when I'm running the show, and then on top of that, to my knowledge, it was Escape. No, I don't know. To my knowledge, it was Escape featuring Tamar. I don't know how that went, but looking at the power dynamics, that's what I believe would happen, because it's no way that I'm gonna be the headliner and someone who's not headlining is gonna tell me who I can't bring out on stage. So I'm assuming Escape was the headliners and Tamar was, was tagging along, singing her songs and shit. I'm just gonna be honest. But I guess. So I also want to bring this up as well. Let's guys thumbs up. Let me see. Now Tamar actually as well. I gotta make sure I go to the thing, girl. It's a lot of clicking through. It's a lot of clicking through. Yeah. So yes. Oh, and also that's another thing. While we're here, Tamar Braxton also was on the Breakfast Club, and she also let it be known that she got engaged 3 weeks after knowing this man. I was like, girl, if you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it. Here we go. This is what I want to bring up right here. Bam, right here. Bam. Okay, so this right here is what I want to bring up. So this is actually a tweet that Tamar Braxton actually let it be known that. Now, keep in mind this after she let it be known on the Real Housewives of Atlanta on Watch What Happens Live with Messy Andy Cohen, the Messy Queen. Now she said this: before y'all start, I let the situation alone, but the fact is Kandi and Todd wanted to fight me. Period. There was witnesses, and Junior came to the next show to check Todd. Okay, so Junior, now I'm assuming Junior is the man Jeremy, that's the white man that she's engaged to. I'm assuming that's him because based on the context of what I know about the story or whatever. Junior came to the next show to check Todd, and she nor he won't address it because how do you defend that? The facts are the facts, though. I'm off of that hashtag changed. Now, girl. So after all of that, you ain't lying, girl. So after all of that, so now we're actually going to get into what Tamar Braxton also had to continue to say after the fact. Now, after the fact, Tamar Braxton let it be known that she ended up going on Instagram Live, and she ended up addressing the situation directly and letting the world know her truth or about the current events that happened between her and Kandi from her POV, and letting it be known. So we're actually going to listen to that whole live, and we're going to dissect it, and we're going to listen to it. We're going to try to see if it makes sense, and we're also going to give our opinions. That's what we're going to do. Okay, that's why we're here. But once again, make sure you guys thumbs up this video because it does help out. Okay, there we go. So let's get into it. Now, this live is 11 minutes, so I will be trying to stop. Not so much, but if I hear something that spark a thought, I'm sorry. We're just going to have to stop, okay? Once again, you guys are going to hear it, but you guys will not see it because YouTube has been getting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
First of all, just a couple of things I wanted to address. Number one, thank you guys so much for supporting Changed and St. Tamar's Day. Hey, Cora. I love y'all so much. But obviously, I want to address, what's really going on in the press because, I feel like I've worked really hard on myself. And I I can't help if somebody asks me a question, you know, and I can't help the chains of events that actually really honestly truly happened. Now, this really all started, okay, everybody knows that I'm on Dish Nation now, right? And this really all started from a YouTube that Kandi put out about whatever the issues they had with Carlos King. And I was asked about it. Now, I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm not like these other reality people. Like, I'm a real bona fide 5-time Emmy-nominated journalist. Difference. So for me, I am not comfortable publicly saying or calling someone else a liar without knowing the legitimate facts. That's where I'm standing with that. I wasn't on no, you know, you're not my friend, I don't want to side with you. It wasn't nothing being messy, but my responsibility for my job and my integrity just lied in that. Or else I just would have said, oh, she lied. Really what I did say is I wanted to hear both sides of the story, you know, something in the milk ain't clean, just trying to deflect from just outright calling somebody a liar. Because number one, I don't know. Number two, I don't care. Number three, has nothing to do with me.
Okay, so now y'all remember when I told y'all to put a pin in it, right? So first things first, I'm over here pressing the wrong thing. I done put. Let me delete this thing because girl, I'm over here just. Okay, I deleted that thing because I had something just pop up. I just messed around and pressed the wrong thing, messing up the church's money. Okay, so y'all remember sometime earlier in this live, sometime bike. I told you guys to put a pin in it, right? Now, the reason why I told you guys to put a pin in it, because remember in the Watch What Happens Live segment where Tamar Braxton said in her mouth is that, well, when Andy asked her, I thought you guys were cool. I thought you guys moved on from Big Brother. What had happened? What's going on? And Tamar Braxton's response was, you know, I thought we moved on too. I thought we were good. Cool. But I'm going to talk about that situation later. Now, here's the thing about it. The thing is that Tamar, now let's also give some more clarity and context if you guys have not been keeping up. So let's go through a time machine sometime bike again. So somewhere in the past, I forgot exactly what, but somewhere in the past, there was an interview, a sit down, or I forgot exactly, but Kandi Burruss was talking about a situation that she had with Carlos King allegedly, to where he had allegedly sold the rights or the copyrights. He has sold something in regards to Escape. I forgot exactly the details, but I do remember the situation coming up. He had did something with Escape, apparently to a documentary or something. I think it was a documentary, and she kept trying to reach out to him. He would not reach out. He would not say anything. But then I guess once she had did something. I forgot, either she had threatened to take it to the next level, or she had threatened to. I forgot what she did. She had said something, did something that all of a sudden he wanted to reach out. And so Kandi felt certain type of ways. She spoke out. Now that's kind of like the foundation of the situation. The specifics I kind of forgot. But I will say this is that as the situation was going on, when Kandi was actually expressing her truth, the exact same thing Tamar is doing right now, expressing their truth. Tamar Braxton decided to come out on Twitter, or was it social media, and give her opinion about what was going on in the blogs between Kandi Burruss, aka Escape, and Carlos King. That's what it was. It was something, because now I'm thinking about it, it was something along the lines of the documentary, and they were actually trying to work with Kandi's mother or something like that. I'm gonna put all of this is alleged because I'm kind of doing based off the dome. I forgot all about it. They were trying to work on a documentary and try to work with Kandi's mother, but was not trying to have Kandi or work with Kandi or communicate with Kandi. It was something along them lines. Sorry, I had to lubricate. I'll throw this dry. So yeah, so Tamar Braxton decided to go on social media, give her opinion. Now, I will say this, to my memory, Tamar Braxton did not directly call Kandi a liar about the situation. She did not do that. But what I will say that she did, she decided to actually come out and say something along the lines of Carlos King would never do that. I don't know him to be that type of person, or that goes against his integrity. Something along them type of lines. That was like the consensus and the foundation of her statements. Now, here's the thing, Tamar. If you know you have a relationship with Carlos King, that's cool. And you also know you're also repairing a relationship with Kandi Burruss. You publicly putting out your opinion about a situation that you said out of your mouth, you don't care, it has nothing to do with you, you're not really invested. But yet you take it upon yourself to voice an opinion, to tell the world about how you feel about a situation that you're saying that you do not care about. That's a little bit on the hypocritical side. It's a contradiction, a direct contradiction. Now, in terms of you saying, on Watch What Happens Live, I had no clue, I thought we moved on. But then yet, when it's time for you to actually address the situation at hand in this IG Live, you let it be known is that the reason why Kandi was upset is because of what you said about the Carlos King situation with Escape, and how you just about indirectly kind of just like I want to say like not really dismissed her, but kind of took his side in a sense, especially when you and Kandi's relationship is kind of fragile in a sense, as in I'm pretty sure, and this making me make an assumption, I'm pretty sure you and Kandi needs more of a repairing of being able to repair that relationship than you and Carlos King, from what I understand and from what I know. But let's continue. But before I do that, the thing was, she didn't like directly call Kandi a liar. It was just the fact that when I'm saying I'm talking about Kandi. If I'm out here making claims and telling the truth about a situation that you, Tamar Braxton, was not part of, but yet somebody, aka Carlos King, was a part of, and it was only me and him, the two parties that were part of the situation, and I'm letting you know some messed up stuff was done to me and my band members, then I don't need you coming out in defense of Carlos King, saying that he would never do this. This goes against his integrity and all these things, especially if you know that our relationship just got back on good terms. Because remember, we kind of had a shaky relationship in a sense because of the Queen's Court, aka Kaya and T.S. Madison situation. I'm just saying. So it's the optics of it all. It's looking at the bigger picture. When you look at the bigger picture, yes, I understand. You probably couldn't, don't give your personal opinion, even though you're on Dish Nation, all these things. It's certain ways you could be able to answer a question without answering a question. Everybody who's in media, for the most part, you should know and have media training to know how to deflect from a question or being able to give a safe answer. Especially when you have a relationship, and you should look at the optics and look at the bigger picture and be like, okay, I'm not sure which side is telling the truth or what's going on, but at the same time, I'm rebuilding a relationship with Kandi, but at the same time, I have a relationship with Carlos. And kind of just give out your answer to kind of stay neutral in the situation if you don't have a problem with what's actually happening right now. No shade. Now, Country TV says Tamar has always been immature as hell. When Ayana almost backhanded her into slavery, I knew Tamar ain't have no real sense back then. Now, this is my understanding. In that, now this kind of sidetrack, but in that Ayana episode, I heard, I don't know how true this is what I heard through the grapevine. I heard the reason why Tamar acted the way that she did was because she was blindsided by Ayana bringing up her being sexually assaulted, SA'd at a very young age. And so that kind of triggered her, and then she started going all crazy. That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is. I don't know. But let me continue. Let's continue to get into the mess, girl.
Okay. Cool. That happened. You know, I put up a clip promoting the show from my point of view, in my story, not addressing anybody, not taking sides on nothing, because I really don't care, but it doesn't have anything else to do with me. Okay? So weeks go by, 4 or 5 weeks go by, and we all have a concert together. And I'm leaving my dressing room to go to my dancer's dressing room to bring them their new clothes, and I see Kandi in the hallway. And I'm like, hey, boo, and I give her a hug, you know, whatever, and she just look at me, and she's like, I ain't fucking with you. And I'm like...
Now, I'm not gonna lie. What Tamar literally just said, I can see Kandi doing that, because one thing about Kandi, she does hold grudges. It does take her a long time to get over stuff. So even now, Kandi, she may not have addressed it publicly, as in tweet certain things, going to social media, give her opinion about certain things, but she most definitely gonna take note of it, you know, gonna understand it, you know, realize that, okay, that's what you said, that's how you feel. I'm gonna keep that in the back of my file cabinet back here, and we're just gonna keep that here in the back until I see you, and then we go address it, and then I'm gonna let it be known that I really wasn't really messing with what you said. You get what I'm saying? So that could be true of Kandi saying, I don't mess with you like that, girl.
What? I'm thinking she's kidding. Like, I'm for real thinking she's kidding. And she's like, I ain't fucking with you. I'm like, what happened? She like, oh, well, you said that shit you said about Carlos King was foul. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I honestly, truly forgot about it. Right?
Now, here's the thing. Actually, I'm going to read this comment first. It says, I agree, but something about Kandi says my way or the highway. I remember when the group first came back together, and on the show, T.I. said nothing moves with the group unless Kandi says so. Shaking my head. That could be true. That could be true. Now, don't get me wrong. Even though I am criticizing Tamar, it could be a strong possibility that things did transpire the way that she's saying. Of course, we're not going to fully know until either more people decide to come out and I guess take Tamar's side or Kandi's side, or video footage comes out, whatever reports come out. We really won't really know unless Kandi come out. I'm pretty sure she's probably going to do a speak on it if she hasn't already, addressing the situation, denying the claims, or actually, you know, letting it be known. Because to my understanding, Kandi she doesn't really lie. Now, she may deflect from a question, or she may try to get up out of it, but she doesn't really lie, to my understanding. That's not really a character flaw of hers. But what I will say is that we're gonna have to see. We're just gonna have to see, honestly. Now, here's the thing. Now, it was something that she literally just said that Loki had forgot. I'm gonna go back a little bit because she has said something. Let me see.
You know, whatever. She just look at me and she's like, I ain't fucking with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what? I'm thinking she's kidding. Like, I'm for real thinking she's kidding. And she's like, I ain't fucking with you. I'm like, what happened? She like, oh, well, you said that shit you said about Carlos King was foul. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I honestly, truly forgot about it.
Okay, that's what it was. And here's my thing, Tamar. If you were literally on Watch What Happens Live, and when Andy Cohen asked you a direct question of, I thought you guys were cool, your response should not have been, I thought we were too, and to say and kind of leave it up in the air as if Kandi just jumped out of the box or just jumped at you for no reason at all. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have a right to feel like kind of I guess shocked and kind of be like, you know, kind of caught off guard, especially when that's the first time you probably had a conversation with it in a long time, and that's the first thing you get hit with. You probably was caught off guard, but you should have answered that question directly and said that, yo, she did not like, you know, even though, you know, we did make up on Big Brother, but she did not take light of what my opinions were, of what my statements were in regard to her talking about Carlos King and the whole escape situation. So I don't know. Oh, come on. I don't believe anything Tamar. Her approach is always immature because she lacks emotional intelligence. Now she acting dumb, talking about you forgot about it, but don't forget nothing someone does. That is true. That's true. She don't fit shit. Good. And that's the thing. And that's why I called it up. I'm like, you said you forgot about it, but then yet you directly addressed it in your IG live after the fact.
Right? And I'm like, listen, I didn't mean no harm. You know, I wasn't trying to, you know, go against you or nothing like that. It's, you know, I just explained to y'all, like, I just feel like my responsibility is a little bit different. I ain't trying to call nobody publicly a liar when I don't know the whole story. I'm not comfortable with it.
You don't have to publicly call somebody a liar directly. Like, you don't have to do that. And this is what I mean when I tell people there are different ways to say anything. Now, I'm not gonna do the explicit version that I always do, but I'm gonna do it like this. If I say hi or goodbye, that's me saying hi or goodbye verbally. But I can say the exact same thing, but without saying anything. I can literally do this. It's the same thing. So what I mean by that is this. I mean that you can say a plethora of things directly and also indirectly. And what you did, Tamar, was indirectly trying to discount what Kandi's claims were. Especially when, to your point, you don't have proof, you don't understand all the information, and you want to wait till more information comes out. So with that being said, yeah. And kind of you are directly going against Kandi when you insert your opinion in a situation you don't know anything about, just like Portia did to Kandi when it comes to her and Phaedra's issues. Case in point.
And she was like, nah. You said. And I'm like, sis, listen, if I offended you, I am so sorry. Like, you know, like I wasn't coming from that. I thought, man, you made up a big brother. You know, I wasn't coming for you. It's nothing like that. I really, truly, humbly apologize. And plus, I sent her a DM, and I sent you a DM, you know, when your fans was coming to my page. This was a while ago, and I was just trying to let you know that, you know, I wasn't trying to be, you know, malicious or nothing like that. Nah. But you said, and you did, and then you doubled down and put it in your story. I said, listen, Kim, I'm not trying to go there with you. You know, we in the middle of this hallway, and now by this time, people swarming around. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, we ladies, we shouldn't be doing this. We can go in my dressing room. Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I don't believe the whole thing of her saying we are ladies, we shouldn't be doing this. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe that, personally. Now, I do understand when there's a situation, altercation, argument going on, one person's going to give their side of events, another person's going to give their side of events. But then at the same time, this person over here is going to have probably they're going to alter their perspective or certain events because that's their point of view. Or sometimes, too, they want to alter it to a point so where they can look good and not really own all of their faults in the situation, and the vice versa to the other side. So me personally, I don't believe that she was saying it. That's a possibility she could have. It's a possibility she could have. Hashtag changed. We let her tell it. But I don't believe that she was saying, we're grown, we shouldn't be doing this. And there's a reason why I'm saying that, but I'm gonna let it continue.
Yeah, before I take it to the next level. Now, everybody know I ain't really here for that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool and I'm safe, but I do know how to whip ass. And I don't do that because I don't condone violence at all, right?
Okay. Now, Miss. I gotta show you guys something. This is the reason why I don't believe her. Oh, let me share my screen. Y'all make sure you guys thumbs up this video, please. Thumbs up. Now, this is the reason why I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Now, this whole thing talking about I don't condone violence and that's not me. For one, we know that Tamar has a mouth on her. Now, I do understand having a mouth and actually getting physically violent. Two separate things. They might be cousins to each other, but two separate things. I can cuss you the hell out, but as long as I didn't slap the ish out of you, two separate things. But This is the reason why I don't believe Tamar when she says this. Okay, so on Celebrity Big Brother as well. This is the key, okay? Let me make sure I get my stuff together. So on Celebrity Big Brother as well, there was another cast member contestant by the name of, I want to say her name was Lolo Jones, Lolo something, but it was I want to say a white girl or whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think she's biracial. I don't know what she is, but I want to say she's an athlete, and her and Tamar will get into it. And there was an incident where apparently Tamar and her end up coming to blows, and apparently, allegedly, she knocked the living crap out of Tamar in that house and got sent home. Now that's alleged. Now, the thing with CBS, and this is something that T.S. Madison said on the Queen's Supreme Court when they had to cover the story, is that when it comes down to CBS, they're wondering why, they didn't show the fight. Like, what you mean you didn't show the fight between Tamar Braxton and the white girl, if you let Miss Sophia tell it? And they was like, when it comes down to black people, they love to show our fights. That's good for ratings. But then when it comes down to them, you don't want to show their fights because CBS don't want to see BS. Girl. Okay, so she's a biracial runner. I knew it was something along the lines because I remember two separate situations going on with her and talking about her race or whatever. Okay. But yeah, so apparently this is a situation where apparently Lolo knocked the crap out of Tamar. So this is the reason why I don't believe Tamar when she said, like if someone was to be coming up aggressive towards her or coming up hostile towards her trying to turn the other cheek. I don't believe that because of there have been numerous situations where she's had the opportunity to showcase that, and she most definitely didn't even show the potential or the actual action of being able to de-escalate the situation. In my personal opinion, from what I've seen, I could be wrong. I'm just saying. And also with this as well, her saying that, I have a tendency of whooping ass from your track record publicly. I have not seen that because allegedly behind the scenes of CBS, you was getting your skull dented by this white girl, this biracial woman, knocking you all up and down the Big Brother mansion. And so I think that's another reason why Kandi probably isn't scared of you, is because she probably seen what you can or can't do. Now, this is not me just being messy. This is me being honest. I'm just giving my honest thoughts on him. I'm just being honest with you. But I digress. Let's continue.
And I'm like, well, what's the name of the level you want to take it to? Like, what you want to fight? Yeah, I'm just saying. You said he did steal from us. And I'm like, she is really serious right now. I'm like, all right, like, don't do that. First of all, I'm from Baltimore. We're not going to do that. You know what I mean? And I'm telling her again, it's my fourth time apologizing. I am so sorry if this offended you, right? I wasn't trying to be malicious towards you. Now I'm saying this again. This is in the hallway. I'm saying this again. Nah. I mean, bucking. And I'm like, and I get to the point where I'm like, look, dog, this is not Atlanta Housewives. I'm not getting paid to sit up here and argue with you like this. I'm about to go sing everybody on this bill under the table. I can't argue with you. Right?
The shade of it, at least the way that I interpret it. First, it was the Real Housewives of Atlanta shade. And it's like, girl, this ain't Real House. I'm not on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm not getting paid to argue with you. And then it was like the subtle shade, at least from my perception, my perspective, my POV. Now, I could be wrong. When she was like, I'm about to sing the viewers, the audience up under the ground. I don't have time for this because, as we all know, Kandi, she's an awesome, at least my personal opinion, Kandi, she's an awesome songwriter, but when it comes to her singing solo wise, she's not the best singer in my personal opinion. I could be wrong. People have different tastes and different ears to hear with, so I don't really know. But what I will say is that I feel like it was shade, no shade. I'm just saying.
Now, like, I couldn't do all that. And then I am trying to completely de-escalate the situation. It's giving bobs and cackling, and like, then Tadina comes up and like, he comes and get her, and he says something to her, and then he looks at me in my face. Y'all can believe this shit or not? Nigga look at me in my face and go, "You know what it is." Oh, what? Now this is a dude. I don't care. Listen, y'all don't see me grow up on the Braxtons. Y'all don't see me go at it with my sisters. Y'all don't see me, kind of like sporadically go at it with Lonnie. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the truth is, in real life, I'm really a peaceful person. You know what I mean? And I like to have fun, and I laugh and play jokes.
Let me be honest with you. Even though Tamar Braxton is immature, even though she does, like, her personality is really big, comes off really strong, etc., I will say this. I do believe there is a aspect of her that is peaceful, that likes to have fun, that likes to, enjoy herself. Now, do I believe that the current events of Kandi having an attitude with Tamar because of what she said? Yes, I do believe that. Now, there could be some type of, now this is just a theory, this is just me. There could be some type of misappropriation of the events of what actually happened and what actually took place, and trying to dial down. I was just trying to de-escalate the situation, or I was not trying to do that. Like, that could be, misappropriating and just try to shift the narrative. That could be a possibility. Could be. Now, do I believe that Todd jumped in Tamar's face and no one did anything? That I don't know. I don't know. But I will say this, is that Tamar's fiance, Jeremy Jr., he actually backs what she's saying, but then at the same time, that's her fiance. So with that being said, 9 times out of 10, he's going to back what she says. So I guess we just gotta wait to see what comes out.
All the time. And so the thing is with me is that me and Kandi, or me and another female, can argue all day long. But when it comes to dudes in another woman's face to physically threaten them and harm them, that's when the line is drawn. That's when it's like, oh, it's not about her perception on TV. It's not about, what we have known her to be on her reality life years ago. Because remember, I ain't been on reality TV for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's okay. I get it. But there's no reason for a man to ever step to a woman. Period. And the fact is, that is what happened. And the other fact is, I wasn't trying to bring nothing up, but, now that I'm on, Peacock.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all make sure y'all thumbs up this video. I'm gonna be honest. In terms of if I'm gonna say this directly, if Todd actually went to Tamar Braxton and was all in her face, that was wrong. That was wrong. Now I will say this, and I'm just gonna make this brief. I'm gonna be honest with you. I personally do not believe in oh snap, I done bent my thing. Hold on, I just see my thing. It got bent. Okay, so maybe that's the reason why it messed up. Oh, I'm over here looking at my mic, y'all. Sorry. I just got sidetracked. Sorry. But I'm gonna say this. I personally have a conflicting view. I'm honestly, my views on men and women having conflict, it does swing from left to right. One moment I think this, one moment, next moment I think that, then I go back to thinking this, then I go back to thinking that. I kind of have a conflicting views on in terms of men and women having conflict, how to handle that conflict, and being able to vocalize, not even so much the physical perspective, but vocalize those what they feel and how they feel, etc. Only because on one end, I do know and I do understand that when it comes down to men specifically, they can get we can get out of hand in terms of get extremely aggressive in terms of with women, and a lot of times it can skyrocket, and only God knows where that can lead to. But then on the flip side of things, I also know how women can also weaponize the social equity in terms of, I'm a woman, you can't talk to me like that, even after she done disrespected your wife, done lie to your family. Now, not saying Tamar did this. She done accused you of all different types of things, and now you think that you're gonna tell this man that he doesn't have the right to be angry at you, and then also have the right to possibly cuss you the hell out, not put hands on you, but to cuss you the hell out. Since I can't put my hands on you, let me get you with this verbal behind whooping. I'm trying to get these cuss words out. So if I'm not gonna hit you, but I'm gonna cuss you out. So I kind of have conflicting views when it comes down to that, because it's like I see both sides of the spectrum. I see the side of the spectrum of when men they go in, and it can get extremely dangerous. But on the flip side, I have seen what women do weaponize that. You can't talk to me like that. We've seen it. I thought about it. We've seen it on the Real Housewives of Potomac with Giselle and Robin from season 5, when Chris was addressing Giselle for the things that she has done on the show to slander his name and his family. All of a sudden, she went into this, oh my God, you can't talk to me like that. Why would you do that? It went into this Karen type of thing, a damsel in distress. And also she did the exact same thing. And I'm just using her for example. She did the exact same thing on the most recent reunion, where Chris was being accused of being a predator, essentially, and also her coming up with this narrative that he made her uncomfortable, and he should apologize for what he did, and her purposely leaving it vague to allow the viewers and the audience members to fill in the blanks and to automatically jump to conclusions like he actually did something. And when it came, and then when it came down to him addressing her directly, because he's the one losing sleep, losing business, getting public scrutiny, having the general public come up with narratives, then bringing it up on the show and keep trying to push that narrative. Then now when it's time for him to address it, she wants to, if you're going to yell at me, then, we're not going to have that conversation. No, we are going to have that conversation. And I'm about to cuss you the hell out. But do I believe that, I got people calling me, but do I believe that Todd actually did that? No. A part of me said, most of me says no, but a part of me probably believe that he probably did something of the sort, but I don't think it was like all of that. What I think it was like, you know what it is. And he just walked off. As in a way to let you know that my wife is hot right now, but you know that me and her, we not messing with you like that. That's what I could be wrong, but that's what I believe the context of if he actually did it. That's what I believe the context of him, quote unquote, looking her up and down and saying that, you know what it is. I don't mess with you like that. Now, from Tamar's perspective, what she probably saw was, you know what it is, and looked her up and down. I don't know. I could be wrong. But I'm going to continue.
And Bravo, I went to Andy's show, he's a good friend of mine. We cool. You know what I mean? He asked me about it because one of the fans asked me about it. And I wasn't trying to bring it up. And I wasn't trying to bring no drama my way because I am not on that. So it's like, I answered the question. I tried to deflect from it. And here we are. But what I'm not going to stand for is people saying, what did I do for a man to ever step to me? Period. Why you shaking your head?
Nothing. You ain't do shit for no man to step.
Okay, so now this is where her fiance steps in to back what she's saying.
That was a coward move, and it shouldn't have happened. And I addressed it with him, and I spoke to him about it, and he immediately apologized. An apology after the fact is bullshit.
Especially when I'm there defenseless, because this is one of those trips where Troy wasn't there. JR wasn't there. Like, Rob was there, James was there. But this was kind of one of those trips where we just kind of, like, we had like back-to-back shows and we just kind of got in and got out. You know what I'm saying? And normally, and I didn't even have security, you know, because really Global Productions is like Sam and them is like real protective and family oriented. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't have a need. I'm not bothered backstage. Like, it's my family and my people. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't have a need to like be extra behind the scene with security and people and all that stuff. Like, it wasn't one of those trips. And then of course, I didn't even know I was walking into the Lions.
Now I understand the whole thing about being family oriented and not having no need to have security, all the other stuff. But this also is another reason why you have to be careful of what you put on the internet, especially about situations that you're not a part of, especially knowing that you also have access to these people, and these people is more than likely they're going to come into contact with you. So I really want to know, I hope that I did not mess this thing up. Oh, my bad. I'll keep looking at my mic, y'all. But like, if you know that you have access to these people and you're putting out your personal opinion to indirectly discredit the events that happened or the truth of Kandi Burruss, and you know there's a possibility that you're going to run into Kandi Burruss, then on top of that, to know the context of your history behind Kandi Burruss, to know that she wasn't really messing with you because of the Queen's Court, aka Kaya and T.S. Madison situation, and then when you see her in person, and just to think y'all made up on Big Brother, and everything was cool, and then when she addresses Carlos King, you indirectly disapprove of her truth on a situation that you were not there for, and also to your point, you don't care to even be part of, or it doesn't really matter to you. Then she sees you in person and things go left. Yeah, that could possibly happen. Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah.
I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, I'm just gonna keep it gangster with y'all. I spoke about this shit on Big Brother. Y'all call me the victim. She's a victim then. And Taylor always starts stuff. But go back in the clips. They didn't age well. I said what I said. You know, the reason why we had beef in the first place was that was mean as fuck to me on tour. Very, very similar to how y'all see this SWV stuff panning out. My story. And I've said this back thing on Big Brother, pull the receipts. There's very much a lot of egos going on.
Ooh.
Now, I ain't trying to speak about a show that I don't even watch. The reason why I can't watch it is because of the whole sister aspect. Like, I go through it, you know, and I went through it publicly with my own sisters, and I don't want to see Tasha and Tamika going through that. I love them. You know what I'm saying? We've all been friends for a very long time. And so I don't want, that's the only reason why I don't watch it, because it just triggers, you know, I don't want to see that. But go back and watch them clips. I'm not bullshitting. I don't have to get on a bandwagon of nobody.
I'm not gonna lie. At first, when I first watched the live and I heard her say that, I was like, girl, you so full of it. But then I thought about it. It hit me. I was like, oh, I forgot. Her sister did pass, and she's probably still in the grieving process. And then not only that, it's the fact that you also have to see the dynamic of the show and the way that the sister that passed and the rest of the family and how she was treated differently from the rest of the family. Then you have to relive that. You have to go through those emotions. And then not only that, you also get hit with a whole bunch of wishes, shoulda, couldas. So then it made sense to me.
Ask the question because I was on Watch What Happens Live. And that's all. And that's it. I don't want no drama. Don't associate with me with no drama. You know, I said what I said that night because I was angry and it really happened. I wish I didn't even post about it on my story. But, you know, being defenseless and you a woman with a man will really send you, it will really send your emotions somewhere that we really don't have control over. You know what I'm saying? And I felt defenseless because I was by myself. So you can believe what you want. You got to believe me. I don't really care. This is what happened. I really don't want to speak about it no more. You know, but I don't have a reason to come after nobody, and I don't want to fight with nobody but the devil, and that's where I stand with it. So that's that, and that's it. And happy birthday to me, because this was my birthday weekend. The other thing I really want to.
Well, that's the whole live. I wanted you guys to hear that for yourselves to make sure that I wasn't interpreting something that was different or being able to take stuff out of context. But yeah, that's really the lie. But Moesha said that she played victim after she started the K Michelle, and K Michelle got in her area in response. Remember, she was crying on the reel for getting called a Muppet, like she was getting bullied out of nowhere. And that's the thing. I'm not gonna lie. So y'all just messy, girl. That's a key. But I will say this. In terms of Tamar, she does have a tendency of throwing the rock. But to be completely honest, I would say throw your rock and hide your hand. But the thing is that typically when people say throw the rock, hide your hand, it's a throw the rock, no one else around you seeing it, other people can't see it, and then you hide your hand and act like nothing happened. So when the person that got hit with the rock, when they act out, people are like, why are they acting out like this? What's going on? What's going on? Why are you doing this? But the thing in her case, typically a lot of the times, especially for people that keep up, it's a throw the rock. Everybody's seen you throw that rock. Everybody knows you threw that rock. But then you tried to hide your hand and everybody looking at you like, girl. So that's really all that when it comes down to this whole situation. That's all that I have for you guys so far. To be completely honest, in terms of Tamar, she's like, the thing with Tamar, I love her music, love her artistry. I love her personality on TV. I love her personality when she's on the show, on the reel, all the things. She has so much potential, but it's just that she always ends up in situations, and I'm not going to say she's to blame for this because we don't know the true tea. And to be completely honest, we all would gag if, allegedly, if it comes out that everything she said was the truth and everybody just demonized this woman and just taking Kandi's side. So I'm just going to try to stay neutral as possible because we don't know the full truth. But the thing is that she always seems to be surrounded or be involved in situations that completely show her in a bad light, that turns people off from her music, that turns people off from her. And she really has so much potential to be way much bigger because I love her music and she's a good personality, honestly, personally. And so that's really all when it comes down to it. Just to be completely honest with you guys. If you guys really like this video, if you guys learned something, if you guys loved my commentary, if you guys loved the way I was running things over here, please make sure you guys hit my Cash App, my Zelle, or my PayPal. Show your brother a little bit of appreciation. I really appreciate you guys for being logicians. If you guys want to become channel members, once I get my ID and I can verify the YouTube and then I can get that all handed out, you guys can become channel members. But in the meantime, thank you guys so very much. That is it for my commentary video for today, guys. Please make sure you guys pop that like button, hit the subscribe button, and please, please, please smack the notification bell so do not miss any more posts from me. Till next time, guys, I will see you guys later. Deuces!